It's your girl, Roxy. Shout out to all my Kimbays and my Kimboos. I had ran across something that I want to come and react to with my Kimbays, my Kimboos, and let me know what y'all think. We are about to react to Say Cheese. Shout out to him for getting this interview with Julio Foolio's mother. Cause I feel like nobody can tell you about their child than their parent. So I thought this was super, super important for her to come out and, let the people what's really what with Julio. We about to, watch it together. I waited to so we are about to get into it. Like I said, again, shout out to Say Cheese. If y'all pulling up, make sure y'all go show them some love. Make sure y'all double tap the screen. Make sure you share it. And we right into it.
Terms, but you know, sorry about everything that has happened. Um, how are you doing?
I'm doing fine. I'm doing good. I'm doing better.
Yeah. What's your mental, your mental like right now?
Well, of course I have my days. I have my on and off moments. Um I just try to keep busy. Um Keeping busy with his music and other things that got going on with his career
Who
and
is that?
labels and things of that sort. So I just try to keep myself busy. Um Not much think about certain stuff that'll run my day.
Who is
Yeah.
that?
I know things have changed drastically from phone calls to um, social media to you having to handle things like funerals and things, this legal matters. Like, what has changed the most, over the past month?
Well, as far as with phone calls, I will say that normally people say that when a funeral is over, you don't get any phone calls. That has not been the case with me. His friends.
Ever wondered why you should get an LLC with a third party when you can do it all by?
She pretty. She looked just like him. Well, Julio looked just like her. Shoot.
Girl, are keeping in touch. Family, just everybody. His distribution directly all the time. So, far as with, I'm still keeping in contact and things with everybody. But far as with by handling legal matters, um, I've been in business since 2009, so that's something that I have always been able to do. Far as I'm handling business every single day, literally, on his behalf. With Charles, as far as his business, his music career, my business, and things of that sort. So the only thing that has changed is that he is not here. The only has changed is I got to keep his stuff going. I got to keep it going. As he's in other interviews, his team knows what to do if something happened. We already talked about this. We discussed this. So that's the only thing. And of course, the arrest. I'm relieved about that, and I'll be more relieved and happy when they pick others up.
Yeah. Now you said that y'all prepared for it's the worst, basically.
She says she'll be happy when they pick up others. So basically, she's saying the 5 people that we see arrested, there's more. So
Well, basically, it's not even a verse. That's what anything. And a lot of other people need to know. A lot of Black people need to know. It's what it's everybody. A lot of people don't want to talk about death. In case something happens. So me, I'm very responsible. Of course, I got policies on my son and my daughter. So a lot of people don't want to talk about that. So I already had stuff in place. Um, Even if it was a car accident or a health illness or anything like that, prepared. I was prepared for it all. And so should others as well. So it's like he keep getting shot at. I got to go ahead and get this. No, he has had insurance since birth.
Yeah. So we're live in Jacksonville right now. Is that where you're born and raised?
Yes, I'm born and raised in Jacksonville, Florida.
Okay, and what was that like growing up for you?
Well, I was raised on the north side of Jacksonville. I wouldn't say I had a hard life. I never struggled or anything like that. I was raised by my grandmother, and my great grandmother. My mom passed when I was about 5 years
What's
old.
up, New
I'm the only
Age?
child, but I never struggled. I went to all the schools. I was always there. At schools in my community and things of that sort. So I never seen a struggle. It came a time when I got a little older, maybe 7 years old. I was in high school.
If y'all pulling up, this is Julio Foolio mom. She is letting us know, what's been going on. Shout out to New Age Plug for pulling up. Make sure y'all double tap and share it. Thank you.
Being raised by my grandmother and great grandmother, of course they old, so they don't know nothing about the latest clothing and stuff or whatever. So I started doing hair at a young age, and that's what a lot of people know me from doing hair. That's what I started off doing hair before I got into nursing. So I didn't have like a rough life where I had to like be on the street and had like a survival or whatever. But I will say that I always was strong. I always had to take care of myself or whatever, because like I say, my great grandmother raised me or whatever. And I moved out at maybe 18 years old into my own place. So like it was good. I was a cheerleader. I was in teams in school, so it was good.
Is it?
Young.
So you moved out at 18, and what was the next thing?
I moved
college or?
I moved out. When I moved out, I moved in Hilltop Village Apartments. Y'all have always heard him say 1846 West 45th Street. I moved there. That was my first apartment. I moved there. Like I say, I did hair. I used to go to the clubs, and things of that sort. I mean, I had fun. I was young. I had fun. I stayed in the bottom. He done talked about the bottom and stuff like that. That's right by Hilltop Village Apartment. He probably talked about 50-20 a little. I stayed out there maybe a year. And then it came a point in my life, I was like, I think I want to get in the healthcare field. And I went from a CNA to CEO, opening my own school, assisting individuals in the state of Florida with obtaining their CNA licenses to be on first aid. And then I became a registered nurse.
Okay.
And as of right now, I help individuals start home healthcare agencies, phlebotomy courses, and things of that sort.
Yeah, because we seen the picture of you floating around, with your
my picture is floating around.
Agora Cybercharter is ready to put over.
Julio look just like his mom, don't he? Dang, they look just alike.
Comments. Oh, we didn't know that Charles' mom was a nurse or a doctor and something like that, because what people do, they see an image, the image of Charles, and they go to stereotype. So they still see somebody say, oh, she was a drug addict in rehab, and I never commented anything like that. So they say anything. So I seen they like, wow, his mom is a nurse. Yes, his mom is a nurse.
Yeah, a lot of people were shocked by that. I mean, based off his music, they assumed that his mom was some hood rat or some.
Yeah, they eating noodles. Charles loved noodles. Charles loved noodles and hamburger helper. Period. He loved noodles and hamburger helper. He would eat it every single day. That's what he loved. And when y'all see him on Instagram, eating noodles, the way his family, they got him eating noodles. And I'm like, why you got these people thinking you eating noodles? If
that's
you
what he
liked.
liked.
Mom, that's what you
Ain't
wanted.
nothing wrong with some noodles.
My face. So Charles did not have to eat no noodles. He did not have to eat no hamburger helper. He had people that loved him, and anytime he called me, I was there. I was coming.
No, that's
how old were you when you had
I was grown. Maybe
how old you was?
20s, maybe 20, like that.
Okay.
Maybe my early.
What was that like raising him? Was it always good, or did it become a struggle sometimes, or what?
We can't even put this guy on camera right now. But how it was, Charles was off the chain. Claire Evans Elementary School, he was there with Kojite, Jada, all the same people y'all from around or whatever. He was with them at this school. And they called me every single day, it was so aggravating. I called God. I'm like, hey, you need to go. You got to go up there. He's just getting on my nerves. Then he went to middle school, Eugene. Same thing. He always did good in school though. He always had good grades.
They
Then
say
he
he was
went
smart.
to William M. Raines High School. They'll call me like, hey, Miss Sandra, can you come pick up Charles? I'm like, what he did? He did nothing. We just don't want no riot next week. Because it's gonna be spring break. We just don't want riot or whatever. Got kicked out. Then he went to he had my hands full.
Yeah.
He had my hands full.
Father in his life?
Yes, before his father passed, his father was in his life. Let me back it up. Because he used to always be around his dad, mother, and stuff like that. And he started rapping at 8 years old around there. So he started rapping with the $1 Billion Jits. We had a thing in Jacksonville called Come Together Day. So he performed at Come Together Day and things of that sort. He performed at the nursing home when I was a CNA back then. He made like a short film movie. I don't know if it's
not Julio having a little show at the nursing home.
on the internet for a while. But yeah, his dad was active in his life. Charles used to be in church every single Sunday.
Wow.
Every single Sunday. But I guess when they got out of church, they used to make their little music and things of that sort. So yeah, his dad was active in his life.
Yeah. And at what age was Charles when his dad passed?
He was maybe around about maybe 13 or 14 years old.
Was it a street violence or?
Charles' dad, it wasn't like a street violence. He got in a fight with somebody. He was looking at TV, and then the guy, he's thinking everything cool or whatever, and the guy shot him in the back of the head.
Oh man.
Damn.
So it wasn't like a rival, like anything like that, but that's what happened.
Yeah. You feel like that affected Charles in some way?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that affected him, and when which is Charles, Big Charles, Bomb. He started to rebel. I ended up putting him in different programs. And I'm going to say this because I be seeing the comments. They're like, "Oh, his mom failed him," and yes, his dad was in his life. I put him in Youth Crisis Center, Daniel Memorial Buildings, everything to help him. That boy used to, I don't know who used to go pick him. Go home. That's on the south side. I go home over on the west side. He's sitting on the curb. I'm like, well, who the hell picked him up?
Listen, right? These kids gonna do what they want to do. So y'all can't be pointing the finger at these moms because clearly she's saying, I did everything I could for Julio or Charles, and he was just being a teenager, smelling his ass. That's what we say. When these kids start smelling their ass, they start just wilding out. And she may have lost control after a while. They get their friends to pick them up. They leave. It's just all type of shit that they get into once they get to that age. Like she said, around 13, 14, that's when it goes down. Y'all know that. So this is not hard to believe.
From over there. And like as a kid, like 13, 14, 15 years old, he still had these older people like doing stuff for him. Like, and I think it because of his dad, because a lot of people had respect for his dad. But I did everything I could for Charles. He never disrespected me or anything like that, cursed me or anything like that. But I think when his grandmother died and his dad died, that did play a toll on him.
Yeah. So that's when you first noticed the change?
Yes.
What kind of change?
I first noticed the change like when he got shot, when he was getting off the school bus, and he don't school buses. I was in front of the school, waiting on him to fall asleep from the school. It was an alternative school, and then I'm like, Charles, where you at? He on the school bus, and then he stopped answering the phone. I'm like, I don't care what we got. He's going to answer that phone for me. I don't care what it is. And I found that he got shot, but when he got in the hospital, this when I found out at 14 that about.
Wait a minute. So you mean to tell me this lady said she was sitting in front of the school picking up Julio and she fell asleep? So he got on the bus? Hold on, homegirl. Hold on.
Talk about RFK.
I believe that.
Come on. Shout out to the commercials. Let me know what y'all think so far. This is Julio Foolio's mom letting us know the rundown on Julio Foolio. He was in church. He had both of his parents up until he was 14. His mom was doing, everything that she could. Let's just get into it. So far, so good.
A whole lot of anesthesia and pain medication and stuff. He's like, Mom, I need a gun. I'm like, what? And so that's when I really about this. That's when I started digging into social media. On I think it was Facebook then. It wasn't no Instagram, but it was Facebook then. I started looking at all the stuff or whatever. Trying to make myself aware and keep up with it and trying to make others that was around me aware what their kids was being involved with as well.
What age was he shot on the bus?
He was 14.
Wow.
14 years old. And this is around the time where his dad passed, his grandma passed. You're noticing the change. Do you notice? Do you ever find like a gun in his room or anything of that nature, or is it just all social media at that time?
Yeah, at that point, it was social media.
I mean, she ain't had to go looking. She just said he told her, "Mom, I need a gun," so she knew what time it was.
Yeah, like I said, he never had that stuff around me. I guess he respected my. And if he did,
she ain't know about it.
He hid it. He hid it. So he never had no guns around me, like smoking marijuana in front of me and all that type of stuff right there. No, I never saw none of that.
Okay, so the bus shooting, did that pop off the beef that everybody in today, or was that just some
side? That was a whole nother beef.
Okay.
That was a whole nother beef right there. This stuff that's today, that's totally different, because you have to understand back then, all of them used to be like friends. All of them was cool. All of them was new. I'm friends with all of their parents. I were friends, because when this stuff started, some people went their own way or whatever. But around then, everybody was friends. Everybody, like, they hung around him. Some of the same is involved in this beef. They either rapped together. He did team parties, so they went to the team parties and supported him and all type of stuff. So that beef right there didn't have anything to do with what's going on today.
So I don't want to mention any rap names in this video as far as his enemies, but so you're saying that y'all all know each other?
We know each other very well.
Oh.
And y'all, it's so crazy because that's usually how it go. These boys will be growing up in the same neighborhood, eating, going to the store together, sharing the chips, and then as soon as they get in their 16, 17, teenage years, it's heavy beef. I just don't get it. Y'all was just friends. Y'all was just sharing a bag of chips, and now y'all got heavy beef. It don't really be about nothing.
Okay, so
we know each other like you stay here and that one stay right there. We know each other where I was doing your hair. We know each other where we were hanging out together. We know each other where we know each other stayed at. We were friends. We were best friends. We knew each other, not just like on social media. We have pictures together. They come up on my Facebook memories. We were friends. We were all friends.
And we're talking about people from other sides of town too, right?
Everybody.
Wow.
Everybody.
So when things get a little uglier, do y'all reach out to one another, or do people just distance themselves?
Outer. I'm the reacher outer.
Okay.
I reached out, as everybody know, that I got shot 8 times going to work early in the morning. And I was in the hospital bed, and I started reaching out. Like, hey, I don't want to happen to you. I have one individual that say, I don't want to talk. I don't want to hear da-da-da-da. I'm like, darn, we was cool. We supposed to be adults. Some adults not adulting. But then I have these other people on this side. I talk to the dads or whatever. Darn, that's what's going on. I'm sorry, Drake, da-da-da-da, whatever. And I do have some parents that I was talking to, or whatever, that we were sharing, like, posts and stuff, that anything we found out, we were changing information or whatever, because we wanted each other to be safe. Because at the end of the day, you could tell these kids what to do and all that type of stuff right there, but they're going to do what they want to do. We can't control nobody who want their kid to do stuff like this. Nobody. So, I reached out. I'm a reacher outer. I'm always reaching out, but it came up where I stopped reaching out because people get mad. Oh, she calling me. Always got to call me and tell me about this. Okay, then, well, I'm just trying to fair warn you. Warning comes before destruction. That this what's going on. This what your kid got going on. So I'm just going to keep it to myself. But I feel bad as a parent and as a human being. So if I know something's going to go down, and if something happened, I would feel so bad that I could have said, hey, if I didn't say anything or whatever. So I just got to the point where, hey, I don't have nothing to do with it, and it is what it is. I tried to reach out, and that's it.
When did you know that it was real? I mean, we know getting shot on a school bus is crazy, but like, when did you know that, like, lives, people can...
Let me tell you something. For me, if this was me, when it got real was when he got on the bus and got shot and then said, Mom, I need a gun. That's when it got real, say cheese. That's when it got real.
Dead, serious things could happen. What was the first time that you seen that it was really real?
Because it came a point, and people every day, even from when he got shot at 14, his friend he went to Rains when he got killed. These kids were getting killed like every other month. As kids, every other month. And then just as like recently as 5 years, of course I got real when they started getting killed or whatever. And then when I shot in 2018. But I always knew that it was real because
that was a wake-up call.
Very horrible. It was bad.
That was a wake-up call.
Yeah, it was very bad.
Wow.
Did you ever have sit-downs with Foolio? The record When I See You, and it was a song where he listed, let me see, a list of dead ops where he's naming everybody who passed away. Are you begging him not to put these out? Are you telling him to delete these videos?
I used to talk to him or whatever, and I was like, oh, Charles, why would you do that? why did you do that? He was like, Mom, you see what they said about you? They talked about my friends. You see what they said? So it's only a certain amount of stuff that I could do. Or whatever. When I used to tell him, hey, why did you do that? Oh, you ain't hear the song they put out? So it's always a response or whatever. This pray this, and he gonna say something. But to think about, when he say something, it's gonna be more disrespectful, as we know. It's gonna be, and then I think with this music and this stuff that it's just so one-sided. Everybody hear what he say, but nobody don't hear what the other side is saying. They saying stuff to, and I don't like none of it or whatever. But they say been listening to 10 songs. They done said my name about 10 songs. He has never said this to their parents and said their parents' name. But these guys done put me in my name in so many songs. Like, they know me, and these particular people don't even know me at all. If I even seen on the Reddit app, they thought that Sandricus was a baser. They thought that I was an addict. They just thought this stuff right here. They just painted this picture of me. And I let them paint it or whatever all these years or whatever, far from the truth. I knew that most of their mothers, aunties, sisters, girlfriends came and sat in my classroom to obtain certifications. The beef was going on. I never turned them down because I'm a businesswoman or whatever, and I know that they didn't have anything to do with it. But what these parents need to understand is, don't be one-sided because your child was saying this or whatever, and he's responding to this or whatever. Even though it's not right, but it's like a tit for tat thing that's going on. But yeah, I talked to him about it.
Yeah.
Guys, if you're looking for
Yeah, she talked to him about it, and he didn't want to hear none of that shit. Like he said, they put your name in it. They was talking about my mom, and he just, gave it back to him.
Say, oh, he's so different. He jumping on people graveyards.
I was just about to ask you that. Go ahead.
This man ain't on y'all people graveyard.
What he do?
Those grave sites were either out of town or around in a different area, whatever. He didn't.
So the When I See You video, that's not the 23 guys, great?
No.
So what about the group of kids that he took a picture with, and they're all...
He did that, and I told him about that as well. Jumping on those graves, that's not him. But when he did that, I called him. Cause you guys understand, I was affected by this. And at that point, how old he was, 25, 24, 25 years old. I'm like, oh Lord. I'm like, well, what's gonna happen next? Who finna get shot next? It's just not gonna stop. Well, you heard what such and such said. It doesn't matter. It come a time when you stop. And at this time before he got killed, people weren't hearing from him. People was at, where's Julio at? Where he at? He ain't doing this and he was like straight chilling. Until the thing with King with the fight thing, boxing, and then another rapper had and mentioned him in the song. He was chill. He like, well, I've been chilling. Y'all was like coming for you. See how I just be chilling, and I tell you want a reaction out of you because if you do a reaction back to them, what's going to happen?
Mm-hmm.
The fans gonna go to their page, run their numbers up, and things of that sort. So you got to think smart. So, cause up until his death, he was chilling. He was like chilling hard. Cause I was one. I'm like, well, what you doing? You ain't doing nothing. You ain't doing your bit. You going to the studio? What's up? So he was like, he was just chilling.
Did y'all talk every day?
Every other day.
Yeah. Was there ever a point where I asked him this in the interview when he was laying in the bed with his foot up? I was asking him about, why not move away or, change locations. And he felt like if he would have left, bad things would have happened to family members and things like that.
Charles loved Jacksonville. Charles loved Jacksonville.
They love their hood, boy.
Charles didn't have to be in Jacksonville. He had a whole house somewhere else or whatever. He just loved Jacksonville. He loved it. And I used to always tell him and beg him, you need to let it out, whatever. But he just loved Jacksonville. He was not going to leave. Even when he got shot October, I begged him, and his manager begged him. He just would not leave.
Yeah, it's the same thing with FBG Duck. He passed in Chicago. It was just one of them things where you're kind of like just too loyal to your people. Like you want to take care of everybody. You want to make sure everybody. It's just that leadership mentality that they have. Because Duck was a leader as well. Foolio, I know a lot of people look up to him. It's just that leadership mentality to where as though you want to control the ship, and you feel like if you leave, it's like a guilty conscience. It's like survival's guilt, kind of.
Yeah. So I don't know. I couldn't get into him. Only thing he would just say
I feel like them boys think like if they left, they'll be like, oh, they ran them out of there from. I don't know, but they love their hoods.
I'm not going. I ain't going this place. Okay, they want you to come to California. I'm not going there. I ain't finna. He was adamant about. Not he'll leave for 1 minute, a couple of weeks, or whatever, then he's back.
Yeah. Because when you move, people like to say you hiding or you ducking, but that's not it, man. Once you get to a certain level,
about that ducking and whatever. It's about being at what part of your life do you have? You can't go walk to the store. What part of your life can't pump no gas? That's miserable, and that affects their mentality, and that brings on depression. And things of that sort. That's no cause to enjoy life. Each and every day. You're supposed to enjoy life. So I know I don't want to be ducking and dodging. Oh, who this is? Or who that is right there? I can't even. That's not no way to live.
Yeah. When he got shot at 14, did you think about relocating at that time?
No.
Why?
I didn't. Think about relocating. At all.
Why, Shane?
Like we knew where it came from. I knew that nothing else was going to happen with that situation or whatever.
At any point, though, did you think about relocating just for the better of your family, or?
Because he was still a teenager.
Well, we moved. Okay. We did move to a different team or whatever. But Charles really never stayed with me. I guess he didn't want to bring that around me.
Oh, no.
I always had a room for him. Or what?
Now, I feel like it's more to the story. Because why didn't Julio Foolio want to stay with his mom? I don't know. And I think she's trying to cover something up here now. You always had a room for him, but you talk to him every other day, not every day. Why he never want to be with you? If you gonna tell it, tell it.
Whatever, but he never really stayed with me. He just went on. I think I even put him on the med to go do interviews, and I think at like 18 he moved to Atlanta. So he never like really stayed like with me. After the incident happened, when he was 14, he probably stayed with me maybe 6 months or something like that. But he always had his own. He's very smart. He always was.
Begin your student's journey at university on.
Come on with the commercials. Ooh, wait.
I think his thing, and I think it's because a protection thing. I ain't gonna be around here with my mom or whatever, and then such and such. Jump off or whatever, but he never like stayed with me.
Well, that might be the case.
Yeah. Now, in 2018, you were shot 8 times.
Mm-hmm.
And is this occasion like?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Can you take us through that entire day?
Don't even look like she been shot.
Charles had called me around maybe 4, almost 5 in the morning. He texted me and told me that I think it said they hit like 1 million views or something like that because he was in Atlanta. And I hearted it, and I'm excited. I'm biking out my garage. It's very dark, nice neighborhood. As I'm biking out, I'm letting my garage down. Then I just heard the bullets, heard the gunshots.
So they was scheming.
The first thing I could think of was to duck down to the passenger side because I'm thinking I don't want to get hit.
Was they scheming, or was this some type of maybe sacrifice that went wrong? No. Y'all know. All right now.
Above the waist or whatever. So finally when I heard the stop, I just slow rolled my car to the plan did. I slow rolled the car so they could think I was dead. And
that was smart.
After I felt like the coast was clear or whatever, I ended up driving back up, and then everybody ended up coming out the
So you mean to tell me she got shot 8 times and she was able to drive back up the driveway? Oh, we need more to the story.
My neighbors ended up coming out their houses and things of that sort. So that's what happened that day. I was on my way to work.
Okay. And what do you do after that? Do you call the police, or do you drive to the hospital?
This neighborhood that I stay in, everybody called the police. This is not like, this not a neighborhood in the hood or anything like that. This was something new to these people. I got neighbors running out with they weapons. I got a neighbor next door. She's a nurse. She's crying, trying to assist the bleeding. So everybody called. I did call the police as well. Everybody was calling the police.
And where were you shot at exactly?
I got hit up on my left side, my whole left side of my body, but it's like landed to my right side. And I suffered I got bullet fragments in my spine. The bullets are still in me to this day. I got bullet fragments on my right spine. I had a fractured femur. I had to get a split in my pelvis. I was and things of that sort.
Wow.
How did it affect Foolio? I know.
You heard the song.
Yeah.
Kendra.
But like when you spoke to him, like you being his mom, you knowing rap, you knowing him, you knowing the real.
I definitely wasn't going to be able to tell him nothing then. And I talked to him while I was in the hospital. And I'm like, hey, we need to just stop this or whatever. But at the point, I can't tell him nothing. I can't tell nobody.
Yeah, he don't go.
I tell people who calling me from different places nothing. His dad, people, nothing. I can't tell nobody. I can't stop nobody from nothing. But I couldn't. That was just talking to a deaf ear. Could have shot somebody's mom.
Right.
For what? Exactly. Because y'all beefing over Instagram or whatever. You just tried to kill his mother. For what? Did he shoot at your mom? Did he kill one of your homeboys? Did he knock on your door and do it? No, that's not it. Because he was out. It was just because we already know. We know Charles mouth. Whatever. That they did it. Because they wanted him. And they feel, hey, let's go get his mama.
Wow.
And they done made plenty of songs about that. Let's go get his mom. Take his mom out.
You don't think it was a mistaken ID?
No, it wasn't a mistaken identity.
They
was
knew it
scheming.
was you.
Of course it was me.
How did they know?
They talked about it.
How they know where you live?
So after this happened, they were bragging about it?
Yeah. They got
Oh my God.
several songs.
Mm.
Several songs.
And did Foolio ever live there?
He probably came to my house one time, but no, he didn't stay there.
So how does the location get out? Is it just word of mouth, just be in Jacksonville?
I honestly don't know, and I don't trust people.
Make sure
there's no
y'all
telling
hit the
they could
like
fall into my
button.
building.
Hit the like button.
Cause like I say, I did all type of, they could have followed me or whatever. They could have tried to look it up. I don't trust nobody. They could have got it from the clerk of courts or court. You cannot trust none of these people. None of them. It's easy to get somebody's location. Why you think your location is hidden? It's not. You got somebody working a driver's license. You got somebody work anywhere. You can get your location. But at the end of the day, the people behind these computers and these jobs, they are human. They want to be involved in something they don't have no need to be involved in. So it's no telling where they get my location from. Especially if you're a registered voter, your address, whatever is out there.
Yeah. After you got shot, well, how long did it take for you to recover?
Like, start walking. So, I think I was in the hospital maybe 2 weeks, and I was on a walker. I done been through so much in my adulthood life that I refuse physical therapy. I was like, I don't need it myself. So I was determined to get off that walker. People want to decorate the walker. I'm like, yeah, I'm not finna get this walker decorated. Y'all crazy. So I walked with a limp for a while. That happened in August of 2008. And I think I went back to work maybe November, December, not because I was fully healed. It's because I had to go back to work. Still spending out money. Car shot up. The house I was.
So she trying to say Julio wasn't getting to no money for real. She had to get back to work. She had to pay her bills and shit.
Was in, lost money with that or whatever. I still had to get back on my feet to do what I needed to do. I never decided. So I know I had to get back out there and do what I needed to do for myself and for my kids, whatever. Of course, he assisted me or whatever. But where I was at during that time, whatever, because I wasn't going back to the house or whatever, and I had to move out of the house or whatever, I had to do what I needed.
Yeah. And at this time, you were in the hospital bed and you're reaching out to other mothers, right? Other parents, other guardians. A lot of these people, they're acting standoffish.
It's really one person standoffish.
Who?
Can you say who that person is?
One person. Only one person acted standoffish, and I was very surprised at that. But everybody else, they were. And then later on down the line, of course, people acted standoffish. And I made a pact with one of the ladies. We made a pact. We was like, regardless of what these kids say, we are not going to get involved in this. They're going to go tit for tat with this rapping stuff, whatever. We're not going to get involved. But he told her to stop talking to me and block me, and that's what she did. Up until my son got killed, she reached out and wanted to talk. Of course, I don't want to talk now. So we don't want to talk to me now because you think we have something in common because both of our boys are dead. We don't have anything in common. So now I don't want to talk. You didn't want to talk what in 2019, 20 or whatever, when, so what's about now? I just feel like you're going to be fake.
And you moved from that location?
I moved from that location.
Okay.
Okay. They definitely gonna be fake. They want to talk to you now. They just want to be in the business. So, sorry, y'all.
On these YouTube documentaries with Queso, with Foolio, and then they say Young Ace was cool with Foolio because, I mean, as we know, Foolio was like the head guy of like the drill music of Jacksonville. He made that a thing in Jacksonville. Do you personally know any of these guys? Did he ever bring them by the crib or anything?
No, ain't nobody coming to my house. They ain't coming to my house. But of course, I know Hakeem.
That's Queso.
That's Queso. I know him. I know his mother. I know his whole family. Younger Ace, I know Younger Ace, but I do know his mother. And I know his brother very, very well. His little brother. So yeah.
Wow.
But as far as with Queso, I know his whole entire family. Everybody. Right. Mother, daddy, sisters, brothers. I know his whole family.
Yeah. Were Young Ace and Foolio ever tight, or was it just affiliated, or?
I don't think they never met each other.
He did say that in the academics interview. He said that they never met, but I think at one point they were cool. But you know how that goes.
They were just being neutral or whatever. But they never actually met.
Okay. So, I mean, man, so time goes by after you get shot 8 times. Are you ready to relocate after that? I mean, but yeah, like just like man, this whole Jacksonville thing. Like, let's go to
Get
Atlanta.
out of
Let's
Florida.
start a new life.
Right.
I did. I relocated somewhere else.
Okay.
And then I relocated somewhere else after that.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So 2018, Young and that shooting happens where 4 people get shot, 3 die, 1 survives, which was Young and Ace. And is that before you got shot 8 times or after?
After.
Mm-hmm.
I think that happened in June. I got shot in June. That happened in June. I got shot in August.
Okay. And Foolio was seen, you know, when that happened, Charles was he does. Was there ever a time where you was telling him to
I was so pissed off at him. Oh my gosh. I called him and cursed him out. I had other people to call him. You know, a lot of times
So long story short, Julio's mom did not have control. She lost control long ago. So
these kids not gonna listen to their mother. So I had other people call him and said he just gonna do it. They gonna do what they want to do. I was so pissed off when I bought on Instagram and I seen him doing all that talking. I was pissed at him. And yes, I called. I don't do that. I'm not like some of these other mothers. I don't do that. I don't like that. Or whatever. And I cursed him out so bad and blocked me or whatever. Okay, I got another number and I had other people to call, but yeah, I was.
I feel like their relationship just wasn't all what it could be. They didn't have a strong relationship. Yes, this is his mom. Yes, he respected her as his mom, but their relationship was not all tight and shit. That's just what is given. He can block you, and maybe he felt like you wasn't supporting him, good or bad. But I get where she's coming from a mother's point of view. Like that, this is not that. It shouldn't be this. But he was on a whole nother level. Like he was gone. He stopped listening to her long ago at this point. You know what I mean?
Livid about that. I was pissed. Yeah.
Because the whole world blamed Foolio for that. I'm saying he was involved. I'm not trying to do no police work. But when that happened, people pointed to Foolio. He had something to do with it.
Well, they do that because, you know, we log on YouTube. And we got all these people from Ohio, Minnesota, and all these people right here making these captions with the clickbait. You know how so many people sending me stuff? Oh, you know, you see what they... I'm like, that's not real. That's clickbait. That's clickbait for them for you to click on their stuff and look at their whole thing so they can get paid. I even got into... And I usually don't get into it with these vlogs, but it's just one that pissed off so bad.
Who?
I had the address. He pissed me off so bad.
Who, Vlad?
So I
What
had
happened?
to go on his channel.
Wait, what happened?
Probably Vlad.
He was lying. He was saying I was trying to sue him. I'm like,
Who?
I went on his channel. When did I went in his inbox and I went on his channel. When did I? Because of one of Charles' fans sent it to me, and I'm like, dude, when did I try to sue you? And then I looked at his channel and he was like, oh, I'm going off on Foolio mom and da da da. I'm like, you don't even know me. I don't know you. Then he was like, well, you could just come to my channel. No, I'm not finna come to your channel to run your stuff up. That's the only blog dude that I...
The Hip Hop Atlanta is dropping its first cast album.
I want to put this album together with...
Who is she talking about, y'all? She cannot stand one of these bloggers. Oh, she talk about Ratchet TV. Nobody can't stand Ratchet. Get on everybody fucking nerves. Hey, Demelio, what's up?
Because all his stuff about Julio on his page is a lie. It's clickbait. It's clickbait. And I tell people, how y'all gonna listen to somebody that's, if it ain't come from me, it's not real.
Yeah.
These people, how these people in Detroit and all these places know about what's going on in Jacksonville and they don't even care. And then the people that believe it, you so small-minded because you got to ask yourself. People actually embed this in their head and believe all this stuff. Oh, he was this top killer, da-da-da-da. He ain't never been interrogated about a murder. He ain't never been arrested about a murder. He, convicted felon, any of that. So what are y'all talking about or whatever? So they put all this stuff in people's head and they go for, even right now. But it's this one dude. That's the only blog, channel, Instagram person I have ever addressed.
Have Foolio ever opened up to you about things that nobody else should know about?
Well, he know not to tell me nothing.
Oh, they don't even got a bomb.
Tell me nothing.
They don't got no bomb.
He not put me in no situations. Cause I don't want to know nothing. I don't want to be none of that about none of that stuff, right?
So hypothetically, if Foolio did do something.
Mind you, y'all, remember she said she about to do a day and all this, that, and the third. Now, how the hell she gonna do that and she don't know nothing? I'm telling you.
You don't know anything.
No.
Like he's nothing. He never told you.
He ain't finna tell me. He's not gonna tell. He's not gonna put me in that situation. First of all, because he know I don't play that, and second of all, because he know my profession. And so he's not going to even put me in no type of situation like that. He's not going to tell me anything like that. Nothing at all. Anything that I know or whatever, I probably heard it from the streets, heard it from other people, heard it from social media, stuff like that. But he's not going to tell me anything.
Yeah. I'm clear the air, man, because when he passed, it was like, well, we spoke out. I think it was on Facebook. A lot of people assumed you knew certain things or was promoting it or things that I'm happy you really get to clear the air.
First of all, a lot of people didn't know. Even people in this city don't even know that I'm Julio mom. They didn't know until this happened.
Yeah.
They didn't know that was my son until this happened. I didn't just go around parading and stuff like that. So a lot of people didn't even know that he was son anyway. Only people that close to me are, he done been to the building and whatever, and they done, a couple of people that seen him, my younger students probably done seen him or whatever, but a lot of people make their perception or whatever, perceive me to be a certain way. I don't know. He know not to tell me nothing. I don't know about any or whatever, but no.
Well, they knew enough about you to come to you.
Yes, I know Bibi.
Yeah, I interviewed his dad about a year ago.
I saw that interview.
You saw it? Yeah. His dad, I guess Bibi was living a life. And he didn't know a lot of the things that was going on in the streets. He felt like Foolio was a big influence.
Honestly, we don't know Bibi dad. It's real. We don't know.
You say you don't.
We didn't know Bibi had a dad.
Oh.
These boys around here pay for Bibi to go to school, take her Uber to school and stuff like that. Hey, I never. Nobody. When we seen that, we were like, "Well, who is this?" I'm like, "How sure I found him?"
White, no. Charleston White had linked me with him. I don't know how they met, but Bibi wanted to just speak out on everything. Well, Bibi's dad wanted to speak out, and I'm not saying he blamed Charles for the death that happened.
Yeah, I seen the video, but we know nobody around here. I wish I could ask these people around here. Knew him.
So what you trying to say? That's not his dad.
Know him.
Is that Bibi dad or not?
Because if he's in the picture, we don't know Bibi dad.
Yeah.
Nobody.
It, especially in the social media age, you can be a good parent and still not know what's going on. You turn the corner, your son or daughter's doing whatever they want to do.
And that's absolutely correct. But we don't still know him.
Yeah, I think that's not real all the way facts. I feel like if you know your child, you will see the signs when things are changing if you are paying attention. If you're not paying attention, things can go left and it may right past you, might go over your head. But if you paying attention, you're gonna see some changes in the difference. But these two, clearly, Julio and his mom really didn't have a close bond. That's just that. So she wouldn't know shit anyway. She already said he wasn't really telling her anything. So he didn't live with her for real, and all this, that, and the third. So she really don't know.
We didn't know he had a dad.
Well, how you think he was made, Shandrika? He got a dad. Y'all just didn't know him. Now, if that's not baby dad, we got a problem with Charleston White. This is too much.
Like I said,
Agora Cyber Charter School is ready to put over 18 years.
I can't believe she said Ratchet TV. Ratchet, don't nobody fuck with Ratchet. He too much. He gives me a headache.
we knew. I don't know where that guy came from.
Yeah.
We don't know where he came from. Everybody was on the phone like, y'all seen Baby Dad? Baby Daddy? I mean, who is this guy? I'm like, where Sean found him from? Baby Dad? But where he been at? So that's why in the interview, he really couldn't tell you much about nothing. Because we don't.
He wasn't around.
We have never seen him before.
It seems like Foolio had a.
She trying to
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know him.
She trying to figure this out. Who is
it? It seems like
man?
Foolio did have a big influence, and not even just with the negative things they try to paint. It's like with the drill music. A lot of rappers didn't even think it was possible to make it out until Foolio started rapping. I hear a lot of that.
So I honestly think, I'm not saying this because he's my son. I feel like him and Soldier K did open the door.
Yeah.
Like I said, they was doing the team parties. They were performing different places or whatever. And they were working with different artists like OG Black and people. I mean, they was working with people already in the industry at a young age. Whatever. So they did. They opened the door for opportunities for others to start this rap. And regardless of if you don't like him, you hate him, or anything like that, the fight remains that he did. Regardless of how anybody feels on him, you can't take that away from him.
What do you think made him the hated guy in Jacksonville? Do you think it was jealousy? Was it him being super disrespectful?
I think it's jealous. I think it was jealousy. I think that his disrespectful lyrics. I think because people only see stuff, like I said, one side or whatever. So because some of the guys that he even was beefing with or whatever, they done did songs together. They done tried to link with him and things of that sort. And if you really know Charles, if you be around him, he is super quiet. He would give you anything. So people always talk about the negative, but they're not going to talk about the good things. And he have did others for this community, helping these kids. He done paid $1,000 for this people, $1,000 for them. He has to give him hard. And I used to always tell him that, you can't buy love.
Right.
You can't buy nobody like you. You can't buy nobody to love you. But Charles helped drill music. That's just what they glorify.
Right.
I have maybe 80 songs right now, and half of those songs don't have nothing to do with drill.
Are those songs going to be released soon?
Yes, I'm dropping an album. I was trying to drop it August the 18th on the day of his dad's birthday, but it's probably going to be, if I don't meet my deadline, it's going to be either the end of August or the beginning of September. But the album is dropping, and it's called Demigod.
Okay. And who's running his account? Is that something that you approve?
I'm running his account now.
Who was running it?
Before, somebody had his password or whatever, and I'm just able to retrieve it from his phone or whatever. But before, I wasn't running his account.
So who was acting like he's still alive?
Stuff on there now. Me posting songs or whatever. Now I am running the account.
Okay. And he's with Create Music, right?
He had a distribution deal with Create Music.
Okay, so that's who's going to be distributing the new album. Okay. Man, is there anything you you could have done differently? Like in the beginning of this interview, it's been 30 plus days, 32, 33 days that went by, and I know you had a lot of time to reflect. Is anything you feel like you could have done differently?
No, because I was a good mom.
Mm-hmm.
I provided for my kids. I worked very hard to make sure they didn't have to steal nobody's car, make sure they don't have to go in the store and steal. My kids, which it's only 2, like I said, my daughter is a teacher. My kids have never wanted for nothing, absolutely anything at all. So whatever they did, he did outside of me, he did because he wanted to. So no, I got him, when I seen him rebelling, I got him the resources that he needed. I got him to YCC, Youth Crisis Center, him to the Daniel building, that's the help troubled boys at all. I even it even was a group where me and a handful of moms met up to a school to talk with police officers to get to stop all this stuff. I was there. I did that.
And one thing about it, these communities and stuff need to have more resources for teenage boys, like a Big Brother program or some shit like that, because a lot of single, it's hard to raise a son by yourself, especially the ones who think that they bigger than you, they know more than you. When they start smelling themselves, it can go left real quick. So I mean, she's saying she, got the resources, but he did what he wanted to do. And we can't judge this woman based off of that. Julio did what Julio wanted to do.
I was with those moms and things of that sort. So I did absolutely everything I could to, and his song, my mama trying to make me happy, but she know I'm tired. Listen to your mama. I'm telling y'all to listen to your mama. My mama ain't never told nothing wrong.
Yeah.
He's telling y'all that I have always been there, and so I wouldn't do anything.
He did say that.
I wouldn't do anything differently because I was always there for my kids up until they are.
What happened?
Police, the gang task, know me. They know I'm gonna be there in 5 minutes flat. Hey, what's going on? What we got going? Hey, no, So anytime he called me, I'm always there. Like I said, he was never disrespectful to me, anything like that. But I wouldn't nothing wrong because I always provided for them. We never had to stay in no type of lights not off, no food, anything like that, any of it. I took them places or whatever. My kids were spoiled, and I made sure I did that because I know I didn't have growing up. So, like I say, when I was 17 years old, in high school, I had to go out and work and provide and to keep up with people at the school like or whatever. I went to Rains High School. That's a back then that was a fashion school. So you had to be on top of your game going to that school or whatever. No, I wouldn't have did nothing differently, nothing at all. Because what could I have done differently? And I see people say that, oh, she failed him as a parent. How?
I don't like that.
He was in school. He didn't have to steal and take nothing. I tried to get him the resources he needed. I had to ask even a judge. Is there any programs or whatever that he get in? There's no programs for these kids unless they get in trouble and commit a crime when they're young.
Wow.
They got to commit a crime.
They have to.
In order to get in some type of a program.
That's
true.
So
he went and committed crime. So guess what?
He didn't have
can't get him into any of these camps or programs at all. So I think I did everything that I need to do to help Charles, and I don't regret anything. I know I was a great mother, and still is a great mother.
I know that's right.
How aware were you? I mean, because you got the parents who are nosy, you got the parents who watch everything on social media. Were you the parent that was watching everything online every single day?
That's me.
That's me.
I'm on TikTok. TikTok don't really got nothing on there. I'm on Facebook. I'm on Instagram. I'm on the Reddit app. I'm on Twitter Space. Yeah, I was that nosy parent.
So you knew a lot of things that was going on in the streets. The he say, she say.
The he say, she say. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, I was that nosy parent.
Were you always questioning him about the stuff you were hearing?
Some stuff I would, but I didn't question him about everything or whatever because he's not going to do nothing. But, Mom, why aren't you listening to them on such and such a way? And some of the stuff be made up tales, lies, and things of that sort. Some of it just don't make no sense, whatever. But some things I was like, you see what they said about this right here? Mom calling me with that or whatever. But some things, yes, I asked him. The things I question him about, not nothing directly with social media. The things I got on to him about is like a song that if I didn't like it.
Yeah.
That's what I get on to him about a song. He'd be like, well, you seen what they made? And I had to let him know you're bigger than that. I had to let him know, look at all the artists you done worked with. At a very young age. Very young age. You done worked with some of the top artists that they have never worked with and probably would never work with. Ever. You done been there and did that at 18 years old. So I had to get him to know that, like, stop. If you something about them, that ain't gonna do nothing, but they want you to say something about them, so this stuff could go up and it's gonna be going back and forth and all that stuff right there. It just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. Earlier this year, or I think it was maybe late last year, he got shot in the foot. You made a post about it that went viral. You said,
oh, y'all, if y'all don't know, y'all know the light-skinned dude, I forget his name. What is his name? I think this was the Isaiah dude. I might be wrong, but one of the accusers had something to do with the foot shooting. Yeah.
that pray for my son, haters in this city shot him or whatever. He got shot in the foot. What? He doesn't change his car after that. He's still driving the same. Did you ever tell him or try to like convince him to switch cars or to move friendly?
Yes, I did. Charles is gonna do what Charles want to do. He's gonna do what he want to do. And yes, I did. And it doesn't matter if he was driving a Pinto. If a person want to track you down or whatever, they're gonna find a way to do so. But yes, I told him about that vehicle. If in another vehicle would that had happened, possibly so, because the people had a mission. And so their mission was to do whatever it was or whatever at that particular time to him, regardless of what type of vehicle he was in. That vehicle don't have anything to do with what happened. He could have been in a rental. It still would have happened because they was just that determined to do so. Because it's not like he drove all around in that car or whatever. And those cars are everywhere. Them black SRTs, they definitely everywhere. So I don't care what kind of car he was in, but yes, I did tell him they had a mission to complete it.
Yeah. Were there ever times
Who
where
had the mission?
it was close calls or, like you said, people sitting out in the bushes waiting and get them? And were there ever times where it was people were just super determined to try to get them and it just didn't happen?
Let me tell y'all something. You know what? Let her finish, and then I'm gonna tell y'all something.
Happened that day?
Not that I can recall.
Okay.
Not that I know of.
Yeah.
She said these people had a mission. Now, we all know when you get in that industry field, you gotta follow some rules. And you don't follow some rules, some things can go left real fast. I'm gonna go back and look at my video with Sloan Bella. She did a little reading about Julio Foolio, and it's very interesting now that I'm watching this. A lot of stuff is starting to add up. We got to put our 2 and 2 together because they only going to tell us what they want us to know. So we got to put our 2 and 2 together.
June 23rd. Well, June 23rd, he was throwing a party in Tampa. Did he tell you about that? That he was... Yeah. And what did you say?
I told him that I felt like he shouldn't have it because too much of stuff was happening. It just...
So he just don't listen to his mom? I don't understand. Like, you telling your son all of this stuff and he not taking into consideration nothing that you him. She always talking about, I told him. I mean, I'm not taking away from her. She probably did tell him and he probably just didn't listen. But baby, he didn't listen to nothing that she was talking about.
Thing after thing after thing kept happening. Or whatever. And where I told him to have it at, where I had something for his celebration at for the previous year, it was safe, gated and things of that sort. But he wanted to do what he would have never thought those people would have did that or whatever. But of course I knew about it. I booked the Airbnbs. So okay.
Oh, so you brought the Airbnbs. Okay. So maybe you set up the place. I don't know. She just too calm for me. I understand maybe everybody got their own way of grieving and things like that, but it's just something that I'm getting from this lady. Something. I can't put my finger on it, but I'm gonna keep watching her.
Him posting it online, did you ever think that wasn't a good idea?
Well, I don't think that I think one of the clubs he didn't even go to. That last club when that happened that wasn't even posted. That wasn't posted. That Teasers club, that was nothing happening at that club. I think that was like the first day or whatever. But the last club he was at, it wasn't posted where he was at. Not at all. And I switched up Airbnbs or whatever, so.
Oh, sorry.
Posted the pool. That he switched the house after that. Okay.
That was a different house.
Okay, because I was reading the report and
maybe his mom dropped the low. She knew all the details. Maybe she dropped the low. Because she's giving me like, it happened. It was bound to come. It is what it is. You know, I don't know if I would have been like this in her shoes. But everybody grieves different. So, but you just never know.
it was saying that they were following them from location to location. So were they following them for the first Airbnb?
The thing is, I don't think so, because like this stuff was not like, it's just like I say right now, okay, let me try to get this Airbnb right here. So it's like he didn't even know where it was going to be at until I let him know. I think they probably followed him from, I don't know, maybe from that last club or whatever, when they say location to location. Or I don't know if Airbnb, I don't know, because I read the same thing you read. I don't know.
What do you know?
And do you think somebody that was there that night dropped the location? Or you can't confirm?
Can't confirm.
Okay. So the girl, the Alicia girl, she wasn't at the party that night like they're saying?
I don't know. I don't even know her.
Okay. And you never seen any of those 5 guys? You've never seen them before?
I don't know any of them.
It's crazy.
I don't know any of them.
Because they was the crash out dummies. That's why.
Never seen them before.
They was picked to do.
They drive 2.5 hours to Tampa.
About 3 hours.
About 3 hours. So with that type of, they had to have some type of information, right? To drive 3 hours.
Well, they
not
knew
knowing.
Tampa. They seen the flyer for Teasers, so they probably just sitting, waiting, trying to.
Got you.
Get whatever location they can get.
Damn, it was that deep.
Man.
It's crazy.
So.
Today I went on the best first date of.
It's just something about this lady, y'all, that I feel something. She's just too calm. Maybe that's just how she is, though, you know. I don't know her, but I'm just saying.
About the situation. Who calls you, and how do you react?
His friend called me, told me there was a shooting. I didn't know he was deceased. Like 4 o'clock in the morning. I didn't know he was.
Now, if you telling me 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, your son friends is calling you, telling you there's a shooting, and you know what type of time your son is on. He at this Airbnb. You said you the nosy mom, so you knew that he was up there posting his location. And you mean to tell me around 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, his friends is calling you, and you just like, you didn't think it was him? I don't know. Something don't sit right with me or her. I don't know.
I'm like, okay, guess they didn't want to tell me, so I was already up. I didn't sleep 48 hours because I need to make sure everything was okay. So got a car or whatever and made a call, say, hey, write me to Tampa, it was a shooting. Then by the time I went and picked somebody up, and before I could pull off, I was told that he didn't make it, and I just lost it.
What you do?
So
Explain.
it was a shooting. I didn't know that. I just thought it was a shooting, like all the other shootings. I honestly would never thought that he would have. I never thought that he would die of being killed ever. I don't know. Other people probably. I never thought that he would die of being murdered. Never.
Why didn't you have this on your brain? Knowing what it's into, ma'am. It's just not making sense.
I mean, the surveillance leaked. Well,
it was a possibility.
Officially, today. Was that your first time seeing it?
I mean, the possibilities was high. How did she think she would never thought her son was going to be murdered? Like, possibilities was very high for Julio Foolio. He's been shot multiple times. What do you mean? Oh my God.
That particular surveillance, yeah. I seen it at the press conference. I was there at the press conference. Your time seeing it.
I mean, it's like a whole set. Like,
we need an interview with the grandmom who do voodoo. She can give us more insight. This is just the right thing to do, the things far as her point of view as his mom. I'm not going to bash her the whole interview because, like I said, it comes a point in time where these boys will start feeling themselves and they will start just doing whatever it is they want to do. But where is the grandmom that do the voodoo? I want to hear from her. I don't want to hear too much more from his mom. We're going to finish it off, but it's not giving what it was supposed to give. This is not what I expected. But yeah. Mama Duck, her interviews was more so you felt it. It was felt more emotional. Emotions was high during her interviews. Tuka Mom, when she did her interviews, it just hit different. With her, look at her. She just in there like, yeah. But everybody carry themselves different. So, like I said, I ain't gonna bash her too much. This is Fulio's mom telling us her point of view.
Basically like a trap. I mean, like you said, it was nothing. What could he have? Man.
Yeah, it was. They had it planned out.
Who had it planned out?
Like, had it planned out very well. If we seen it on camera.
She know more.
Did police tell you how many times, how many rounds were fired?
No.
Definitely a sacrifice. This was definitely a setup. She know more. She know more. They gonna only tell us what they want us to know, y'all. But it's more to it. It's definitely more to it. He was chilling. He wasn't doing no big before all of this, and then boom. Yeah, it's more to it. I'm starting to really think that Sloan Bella was hitting it on the nose. If y'all don't know who Sloan Bella is, go back to my live with Julio and look at that video and let me know what y'all think. Then it will make more sense on what I'm talking about.
I don't even think when I went to the scene. No.
Because there was pictures floating around of Julio in the car, like trying to get over in the back seat, and it's like, people just have so many questions of like, why? It looked like it was daytime at that time.
Because it happened for something. That picture probably was taken maybe at 6 o'clock in the morning.
Okay.
Because it happened like 4 something in the morning.
Okay, makes sense. Oh man, I'm sorry about that.
Yeah, it's a tragic situation. For sure.
I mean, y'all had the funeral, well put together funeral. I seen it online.
It was nice.
How was that like for you?
I knew when I played that funeral. Of course, it was hard, but I had a very great system around me.
She just so calm.
Each and every day. Like I say, I don't miss a call every day. Somebody call and check on me. But I knew when I was in and out. And I knew when I planned that funeral, I know what he like. And I know he was like, Ma. And I know he like, oh, get me this right here on bro. I when I went into the stores to get his outfits and these, I'm his personal shopper and da. I'm like, I need to dress him how he dressed. So I need to get what he get. He like a Mary. He like Supreme. You know, Mary jeans. He's a rap artist. I had to get the phone in his hand. I had to get him the hoodie, the Mary hoodie, or whatever. So I know I had to do my big one on him, and I know he looking down and he happy. I had to get the power slide. I had to get the horses. I had to get everything that I know that he would like. The big 12-foot pictures. We just had. I had to go all out for him. That's my son. That's my youngest child. We were very close. I don't know what it is about a mother and a son's relationship, but I don't think we bumped heads. But it just was something so different. I don't know, because all this beef stuff was going on or whatever. Talk to him. I had to talk to him like every day, every other day. And if he don't answer the phone, I'm calling one of his friends. Like, you talk to Charles or whatever. But it's crazy. Like, no, I ain't to him, because he'll ignore you. He get mad, he'll ignore you like you're not even there or whatever. And sometimes I just have to pull up on him. The last time I seen him, I was on his birthday, June 21st. And I drove to Jacksonville to give him his birthday present. He was so happy, because he wasn't expecting nothing from me. Anytime somebody calls, he is so happy, because he don't expect for nobody to do nothing for him. He's always there.
Well, why didn't he expect his mom to give him a gift on his birthday? Oh my God, it's still just not making sense. A lot of stuff that.
So he was so happy that I hadn't got him his birthday stuff or whatever. But that's the last day I saw him alive. 12 o'clock, maybe 1 o'clock that afternoon. On a Friday.
Yeah. Man.
Damn.
Crazy situation. I mean, after he passed, he gained well over 9 followers.
You know that. He talked about that in Love Dead. He talked about that.
They do love you more.
Don't show me all this love until when I pass away. But I am so grateful that it's so many people that loved him. I got DMs from the UK, Africa, Nigeria, everything in them obituaries, because I ordered like maybe 250, 200, 300 obituaries. So I'm just sending them to everybody. The love is so overwhelming from all ethnicities. It's just crazy. And I had a guy to call me the other day. He called me and he was like, "Hey, I'm in an Uber right now, and Charles is on the sports radio station." I'm like, "He on the sports radio station?" And so he'll like, "Hold on." He'll like, "Uber driver, let her hear it." And he on the sport. They talked about her. I would never thought he was on the sports radio. Never thought
Your
that.
son
They were saying
was.
how they enjoyed his music and the talented artists and things of that sort and stuff like that. That makes me happy. That makes me happy. Few hated him, but many loved him. Many, and I wouldn't even. I just can't believe it. I had on his shirt one day, and an old lady, she probably like 60-something years old. She's like, "That's your son? Oh, I'm so sorry."
What if I told you that in setting up a green screen, you can just click a button into script and get the same.
You, they got more commercials.
His music. I'm like, oh my gosh, whatever. So, I am appreciative of the people that's following him now. It has made people listen to his songs that didn't know about him, that listen to his music, and to tune into his new album that's coming out. But yeah, I seen them followers. They definitely went up, and that's expected. That always happens.
Yeah. Sigh of relief when they found the killers, because for a minute, a lot of people thought that they wouldn't get caught. They thought that, that it was a cold case.
I never thought that. I knew it wasn't a cold case. I knew it wasn't a cold case when I first got to the scene. I went to this scene, the FBI, feds, U.S. Marshals there, AT up there. It's a high-profile case. She said, because my son is a celebrity or whatever. And they wasn't. And if you seen the chief interview, he say they are going to be caught. They were apprehended 3 days later on unrelated charges. He was killed the 23rd. They was apprehended the 26th and got out on bond. So for the first day I went to that crime scene, I knew for a fact they were going to get caught.
I heard Tampa don't play.
But it ain't even about Tampa don't play because they have other things that's going on in their city. It's that you came to their city and committed a crime. These people you done passed Disney World. You got tolls everywhere. You got tag readers everywhere. You know, so
Cell phone towers.
Everything everywhere. And they did a very good job. The way they told me they tried everything, they did a very good job. Very good job. I knew it went. I don't know why. I don't know who thought it was a cold case because I already knew 3 days later what it was when they started arresting them.
You think it was a paid hit?
I do. Because we don't know people. Who are those people? Who is that girl? Who sent you?
Who sent you?
So, of course, I do.
You know who sent them.
When the mugshots came out, you know how the YouTube bloggers do. I guess the two cousins were related to a guy, Spaz. And Spaz is somebody who was distant a few records, who were cool with Foolio and Kenny K. And I'm just going off public information. So people may be mad in the comments because I'm naming names. But, you know, they were naming them. They were pointing out a motive because those two cousins were related to a guy who passed away.
I don't know the two cousins.
The Murphy
I
boy?
don't even know the other guy. I don't know any of them. I don't even know Spaz.
Yeah. Well, the same day, I mean, you're grieving, you're mourning, you're going through it. And Young and Ace drops a record titled "Do It." Does that make you? Did that make you even more angry or more sad, or was it?
Okay, sit up.
I'm just a realist.
Could that have rated?
I already knew the songs was gonna drop. That's what they do. I already knew the songs was gonna drop. This not the first song that somebody done got killed and they done dropped the song. I already knew it.
I mean, Foolio does it. Foolio done it too.
I'm a realist. That's why I just say I'm a realist. I already knew that was gonna happen. I already knew it.
We knew it was coming.
So
Everybody knew it was
I didn't
coming.
feel any type of way about it because I already knew. I know what my son.
But how couldn't you feel one slight of something off of that song right after your son is killed? You don't feel nothing? Oh, this lady gives me like cringe a little bit, y'all. Let me know what y'all think and make sure y'all double tap the screen. Hit the like button for me, y'all.
Rap about.
That's real.
I know if it would have been the other way around, I know what would have, you know.
Yeah.
So.
I don't care if my son did do this music or whatever the case may be. The moment that Ace came out with that song, I would have felt the way. Point blank, I would have felt the way. There's no way I would have been like, oh, I knew that was coming, and that's just that. Yeah, I knew it was coming, but I still would have felt the way. You know?
He's put his song out. 3 songs out. Okay.
3 now.
3.
Yeah. It's fine.
It's fine.
Yeah. Yeah.
Kudos to him.
A lot of people. Well, I had did an interview with Charleston White and a few others, and people feel like Foolio Charles was just tired of running, tired of looking over his shoulder, tired of living at times. Like, did you ever get that?
I did. Charleston White said that?
Yeah.
I don't like him.
Me either. Me either.
I don't like him. He's 60-something years old. However old he is. I don't like him. We need to be adults. And if he hear me, I know I'm going to rant about it, but I don't care.
He almost cried when we did the interview.
I bet she did.
He told me that he had a thing for Foolio, well, Charles.
I bet she did. That was fake. Because I've seen the videos he made. I don't like him.
Me either.
I think adults need to be adults. and he speak. I don't like some of the stuff he spoke on. Not even Charles, but even in chat, and I don't like that. You're too old for that. You're supposed to be an adult. So,
I think with Charles, it was, I guess it was 2-3 years ago. I guess your son threatened to smack Charleston White out of nowhere, and I think that's what created it.
Why say that now? Come on, Sean. You've been knowing Charles forever. You think he finna just say out the blue? What make him get it? That man had to say something first, and he know he ain't finna smack no older person, but he said something to him first. Just like with these songs, they say something first, and then when he say something next, it's a problem. Why would he just say, "Oh, I'm gonna smack Charleston White"?
Yeah, I don't know. I got to go back and look.
Exactly.
I got to go back and do my homework.
Exactly. He just made it. Why would he just want to smack him? What did you say, Charleston? You had to say something.
And did.
You know how many? That mean, okay. For example, all the guys that done put me in these songs. Am I finna go and get on here and rant and say something about them? No, because I'm a grown adult. They may be 25, 26 years old, but they're children in my eye. And the same thing with Charleston White. He's a child in your eye. He said something first, and of course he said something. He responded back or whatever. And he done did it a couple of times. I done seen the stuff they had about him, and I just don't like it. And because I hold certain people to a different level.
Higher standard.
But if this the kids, they going back and forth, okay, I know that. But you hold certain people to a different level. Especially when you a certain age or whatever. And I think his mature level is just not there. And I don't care about when he see this or whatever, he's gonna make his little post and go on his rant.
Yeah.
It's okay.
I must say, I've interviewed a lot of mothers with deceased sons, and you're a really strong woman.
Yeah.
I can't say that. I mean, from the disc records that are still coming out today to the Ton and the Don Julio and the interviews that are coming out,
They should have got paid for Don Julio. I'm going to do that. I'm going to get an endorsement. Y'all should have got an endorsement for that Don Julio.
Yeah. But I must say you were strong, and yes, very, very well, because it's a lot. It's a lot, and your son is all over social media. He's everywhere right now. I mean, especially with the case going on, everybody's making all streamers are making videos and things like that. You're a very strong woman.
Can't take that from her.
I don't got no other choice but to be strong.
In Chicago, something similar happened where multiple rappers and kids passed away, and 4 or 5 mothers got together, and although their sons were enemies, they held conversations, they took pictures to let the youth know that it's a bigger cause. Is that something that you would do in the future?
That's something I already tried to do. I can't force it on anybody. I do speak to one guy, and Charles was dissing his son, and we talk like we're adults. And he has started a nonprofit, and I'm starting a nonprofit or whatever. But I done talk to these people. Some people they're just not open to it. But when you got some people just not open to it. And that's okay, because I don't force myself on anybody. So yes, I do have some things going on. Like I say, I talked to one guy, and my son was dissing this man's son. But he understood that it went both ways. And we are grown, mature adults, whatever. And we talk in the DM and things of that sort. He told me what he's doing and things of that sort or whatever. And me and him probably link up and try to get something together for the other kids that's growing up. Because I do see some kids, they look up to Charles, and if you see something that he tell the kids, I don't want you to be, they be on loud. He be like, I don't want you to be like me. Don't be like me. Go to school, don't do this, whatever. Whatever. But I do have some things planned, a nonprofit that I'm gonna have going on.
What do you think Jacksonville police could do differently? Do you think it's something that
Well, y'all, shout out to his mom. Y'all want to go watch Press. Is about 50 15 more minutes ago. Y'all go over to Say Cheese. She ain't really gonna talk about much more, I don't think. I'm pretty much gonna end it here. Shout out to her, strong. And you know, like I keep saying, he looks just like his mom. It's so funny. But all in all, you know, as a single mom, raising a son, you know, you do but so much before these boys. It can be females too, but more so the boys get into some things and do what they want, and then everybody is judging the parent. We got to give her some grace. I know I said a couple of things about how I felt her demeanor was, but everybody grieves different. So maybe this is just how she is. And, you know, I'm sure behind, off the cameras, behind closed doors, she's going through it. Rather if they had a tight bond, no bond, you know, whatever the bond was, that was still her son at the end of the day. But I do want y'all to go check out my last live with Julio. I reacted to Sloan Bella's little reading on his demise. I think it's very interesting because she said she don't know these 5 accusers who did this to Julio. There was definitely money put up. This was definitely a mission to be completed. But just hearing his mom speak, we have to give her some grace and, you know, keep her in our prayers, make sure, you know, just so she can stay strong and get through all of this stuff. But she did say she's dropping music. So for all the fans out there, if y'all looking for some music, it's coming real soon. I think she said like in August, or well, we in August, maybe next August. I don't know, y'all, but it's coming. But shout out to her. Shout out to everybody that pulled up on me. Make sure y'all double tap the screen. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel. Put on your bell notifications. We definitely doing big things this month. I will be on here popping in and popping out to talk to my Kimbays and my Kimboos. You already know who y'all are, so show me some love. And I'm going to end it here. Let me know what y'all think. And I'm going to catch y'all on the next one. I think I'm about to come back on here. I got to go get my charger. My computer is, so that's really why I'm about to get off. But I think maybe I'm going to come back on here.
Because like at this point,
And talk about Kayla testimony. If y'all watched the morning with me today, we was covering the YSL trial. I didn't get part 2 of it, so I'm going to find somebody stream and react to it for part 2 after lunch with YSL, because there was some things that went on that I want to talk about. But the TT was Kayla Bumpus. Everybody is talking about how Kayla went up there, had to testify, and it was crazy. I got some shit to say about it, so I might come back tonight. I'm about to let this laptop charge for a little bit, about to get my charger, and then I probably come back and kick it with y'all. So make sure y'all put on y'all bell notifications. Make sure y'all subscribe. I appreciate y'all for pulling up. I will catch y'all on the next one. Bye, y'all.